said whenever you're ready, I thought there would be like a countdown uh type of.
What do we? Ah,
Fun Fridays. It's
yeah,
girl day on
yeah,
nothing but answers.
absolutely, absolutely. Come
Welcome
on
back.
here, bring the intro in. What is you doing?
It's on.
Coming here trying to look cool.
If I mean, up black. I hear echo.
Only you hear it. I don't hear it. Oh, dang. Now I hear it.
Oh wait. Oh okay. Start this later. I'll be.
The echo is back.
Right. Redlands.
Hello, hello, and welcome to Nothing But
Answer.
Answers, Answers,
Answer.
Answers. The place where you could come to get all of the answers that you need because we have them. They
We
might
got
not
them.
be the right answers, but they're answers.
There's an
And we're
answer.
giving them. Yes. So, welcome back to another show. How are we doing tonight? How are you?
I am glad this week is over. This week was like 4 weeks in one. Did you feel that too?
Yeah, it was a long week.
Yes. On Tuesday, I was like, this has been the longest Friday ever. Come to find out, it was only Tuesday.
Insufferable. Any shows this week? Or anything coming up?
Yeah, I got three and a possible going on this weekend. Um, some showcases over in Philly, one tomorrow, two on Sunday, and I do a little bit of work with the Bronson Entertainers. We have a little show tomorrow afternoon at the Bronson County Library. It's going to be a
Oh,
fun,
okay.
busy weekend. How about you? What you got going on?
This week was a busy week for work. It was a fantastic week as far as weather wise.
Yes,
Um,
gorgeous.
other than that, I don't have anything really coming up or going on. Not for a while. But I've been writing to the point where
Nice.
I frustrated myself today. Uh, uh, part of the part of the game, I guess.
Part of the process. Okay.
Yes, part of the process. Uh, but other than that, we're good. We're good.
Awesome.
Any hot topics or
I don't know how important it is to the rest of the world, but in my household, it is a huge deal that LeBron James is coming to Philly. That is exciting
yes.
because my son idolizes LeBron James. Like that is his goat. I'm pretty sure I'll have a grandson named LeBron at some point. However, he does not support Philly sports in the first. So I was cracking up. Don't be clearing your throat up there. You're not invited. This is not your moment. This is my moment to be able to talk about this freely. I laughed hysterically as soon as I found out about that contract because I know this is under my son's skin. But
Okay.
LeBron is in Philly.
Uh,
or coming.
I've just been made aware of some technical difficulties going on with this broadcast. So I'm going to pop you out. We will be right back. Sorry about that, everyone. Truly, truly apologize. Um, so we're back. LeBron James in Philly.
Bron. Oh, we lost her on here. Darrell Braswell. You have any thoughts on it, Leanne? How you feel about LeBron coming to Philly?
Um, to me, I don't understand the decision, but I'm not huge into numbers and the whole analytics of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I don't foresee a ring coming from Philly. That's just me. I don't see it. Maybe he does. Maybe there's things in the works that's coming down the line.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, okay. I'm not really into basketball. I watch. I don't have a dog in the fight,
right.
At all. And I always root for the Pelicans, who are just not great. But home team.
There's something to be said for loyalty. There's something
exactly.
to be said.
Till I die.
I just think, LeBron James is a household name, bringing that kind of attention to the city. No matter how you feel about him as a player or how the team will go, I think it's just exciting in general. So I told my son I'm going to get him a LeBron James Sixers jersey. I'm sure he'll try to burn it in effigy. It is what it is. I still be supporting the team and the local economy, because I just think it's going to bring a lot of energy to Philly in general. No matter what they do, it's just his name is that way.
Absolutely. I do think that it is good for the city as far as bringing some more notoriety to the area, and great things. I can't wait till football season starts. Then I'll have more to talk about.
Got more input? It's right around the corner, which I cannot believe also. That's another hot topic, is where the heck did the summer go? That we're just about halfway through.
Exactly. I'm sorry. We're still dealing with tech issues.
So do we need to end the broadcast and try again?
I'm going to have us go out one at a time and try popping back in. So if you start, I will, when you come back in, once I put you back on, I'll go out and come back in.
Okay. I'm going on now.
Okay. For those who are watching us right now, thank you for your patience.
Lee.
Yes.
All right. So I don't hear echo.
Okay.
Listening over on one of the streams, and it was de-echoing. So I'm not sure if she did something different. Wait. So now, did you do it?
No.
You have the same setup as normal.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you talk?
What do you mean?
You have a microphone?
Yes.
And you don't use headphones?
No.
Yeah. I think it might be you. No, I think microphone up our sound.
Yeah, but I have the same setup every week.
Okay. But it was clicked off. I started hearing my.
What happened?
When she clicked off,
Okay.
I'm trying to think how. Kelly said you got not any closer to the speakers or further away. D, what's up?
Hey, I make broadcasting from the car look easy, don't I? See?
Well,
I make it look easy.
I think I was right. I think it's Leanne.
Oh.
Because well, I think what was happening is that for whatever reason, her microphone is picking us up.
You up and bouncing you back through. That's what I was singing one of you.
Because when I was just listening, you were echoing like crazy. She sounds fine.
Oh, it's picking me up too.
Well, yes, as soon as you clicked off, when I was talking to her, it started echoing again.
Yeah. So, you sound perfect right now.
Right, and you do too. And like before, it was echoing like crazy with only when you spoke, like you were echoing. She wasn't. So I believe what's happening is that she's, for whatever reason, we're picking her microphone is picking us up.
Got it.
So, but I heard you guys discussing LeBron James coming. LeBron.
Yes. How you feel about it?
I think LeBron can do a couple things. He can make some other people come, right? Some other free agents come. He has a little left in the tank where him as a role player, I mean, he's not going to be a the pivotal player he used to be anymore, but I think he can do enough to get you that 10, 15 points you may need. And he's a tough out, so they can't not guard him. So he definitely brings Philadelphia, who has a pretty decent starting five right now with Jaylen Brown, adding Jaylen Brown. He does give them they'll probably move to the best over there. I guarantee their chances to win the championship have just so
exciting.
Yeah. So and again, like
I'm
I said,
excited for the city.
This may be his. He was talking about maybe retiring. So people, so everybody, right? It's going to have Philly jumping. It's going to be. It's great for the commerce, for people buying things. The seats probably going to be crazy, but it's a good look. We'll see what happens. It sounds good right now, Leanne. How are you? Let's hear you.
I'm fine.
Okay. Sounds good. I think we fixed it.
Yay! Okay. All right, everybody. Have a great night. It's been a great show.
and talk again, Donnie.
Say again. Am I echoing again? Yes. Darn it.
Yes. So we know who the problem is. Why?
Try it now.
D, go ahead.
It's better. Am I still echoing? I don't hear it. I think that was it. I think that was it.
Yeah, what'd you fix, Leanne?
Did it go away?
Yeah,
Yes.
whatever.
You standing on one foot holding the hanger,
All right.
leaning out the
Hold
window. You
on.
standing on one foot holding the hanger and leaning out the window. There she go.
She's gonna fix it. So, like you said, the summer blew by.
Flying.
Yeah, but I mean, the summer's only a good 2 months anyway. Once you hit July, it's over.
Right.
To be honest, because time is moving faster. But and the weather, I don't like this weather. This is more fall weather for me. I want it to be 95 plus. You know what I mean? I need it to be hot. This is not hot enough.
I just don't. I don't mind 95 plus. I just don't want the humidity. That's what I like about these last couple of days.
I need all that. I want the humidity. I want it all. You understand me?
No, thank you.
You
You
understand
can
me?
have that. 1 or 2
I
days of
need it.
that, and we're good.
See, this is the problem. We're tropical people. We need the heat.
Yes, I love the heat. I'll go to the desert. Just to keep the humidity away. That was my favorite part of Vegas. My skin was loving that sun. 101
Right.
degrees. Yes, all day. Just no humidity.
Listen,
I don't see you
slackers.
anymore.
Oh,
Where'd you go?
it turned me off. I'm here. I was looking at my notes.
I can hear you. I just can't see you. Just making sure it was purposeful.
Yeah, I was looking at my notes. Sorry.
Okay.
I didn't know if it was going to click me off. But
Mm-hmm.
so hopefully Leanne works it out. But we were talking and we're getting into how things. It's been tough these last couple of weeks. I think America has shown you who America is. Where if you asked, and I can't wait for Leanne to come back to opine in this as well. But when you ask a question, how that can, if you don't take what they say at face value, then you're the problem, right? So we were talking about the Mr. Wells, where his family's like, look, we don't know what happened, and we just want to get in. We just want to know what happened, and from them saying they want to know what happened, they're getting death threats.
Mm-hmm.
They're being called race hustlers.
Mm-hmm.
What up, girlie?
Yeah. What's up?
I see the cheeks. Go ahead, D. Let's hear you.
Microphone checker 1 2 checker. Oh, super
Echo. So, is it? Okay. Well, there you go. I mean, I can't really help when you move that fast. I think if she put it's probably the setup I have. I guess being on the phone, maybe it's doing it. I think if she put headphones on, where it didn't hear. But anyway, so it's so interesting that if you ask a question, you become a problem.
Mm-hmm.
America doesn't like, especially certain people asking questions, is a problem. You wanting to get the truth is a problem. And people don't see it's a problem, that it's a problem.
Yeah. I'm torn. I don't know if it's necessarily that you're trying to ask a question, but that they are finally challenging the status quo, which is the value of human life when the skin was brown. Shouldn't matter. Like, why are you troubling these good people when it's just another one of them? I think that's what the struggle has been at this time. And I think that at this time, because of the way that social media works, it's a lot harder to just kind of brush these things under the rug or into the lake or just out of the public view. It's already echoing. out of the public view.
Yeah.
I think now it's just kind of hard to make it go away.
Thanks. She's not even giving a chance to. Well, I think.
You're breaking up.
Am I here?
Can't hear you. I got you.
Am I back?
Yes.
What I mean by asking questions, I mean if they would have took at face value what was told to them that their son drowned, we would be done. Right?
Sure.
There would be no outrage. The outrage came when they said, "Hey, what are you guys doing? What's going on? How come you guys are not contacting us in reference to my son's disappearance?" And that's why I said asking questions is truly a problem, because if they would have just said, "Oh, okay, thank you, you guys, and he drowned and we accept that," we'd be good. We wouldn't have this. And in every platform I have saw, and I hate when people say like race isn't a thing, color isn't a thing, none of that should matter, but there's clearly a divide in if you read the comments.
Right.
It's clearly a divide, because one group of people are saying nothing's wrong. These boys did nothing wrong. This is all about nothing to do, and you are blowing this out of proportion.
Right.
Without any type of evidence to support that. Right. And I think most people I see are just saying, "Hey, something don't sound right."
But I think that's my point, though, is throughout history, though, that's kind of been the accepted truth, is whatever they said is what happened, is accepted as what happened. And I think that's what the problem is now we have no choice but to say, okay, well, I hear what you said happened, but these are the facts that we were able to find. There's so many people now with cameras. There's so many people now with a voice that can challenge. Like, I hear what you're saying. I accept that that's what you're saying, but I can also see something else. And I also think this young man's life is valuable enough for me to seek it out. Whereas historically, that has not been the case. It's, unless he's a person of significant power, respect in our community, a passing has not meant much of anything. And sometimes, if it's too significant, what really happened in the circumstance is also something where we're not going to spend the time and energy to find out what nefarious deeds actually led up to this person's demise. It doesn't matter enough to find out what the truth is. And I think that at this point, there's too much power in media. There's too much power in there's social pressure that comes from everybody being able to voice what they feel, to be able to just act like, whatever used to happen is what's going to keep happening.
So the social part of it, I get, and that's where the donations came in to make it even possible to get some of the things done, because people donated for the private autopsy. I didn't realize how expensive it was to get a private autopsy, which most people can't afford. So now you're seeing that to get a proper, we'll say, investigation, you need money. That's insane. That's insane that you need money to get a proper investigation, because without the amount of money it costs to get the autopsy, the private autopsy, then this would be done as well. It'd be over. It'd be nothing to do here. They would have, because they can manipulate, like, especially in this case, it seemed like the family is involved in everything and knows everybody. So it's just tough that you need money to, like you said, for your life to matter in some cases, for them to really, because they investigated like this. He's in the water, he drowned. Nothing to see here. And that's
Regardless of
just,
bruising on his throat and red marks on the back of his head.
well, first of all, they wouldn't even known that if they didn't, like you said, the pressure from everything else surrounding it to force them. And actually, they didn't do it. That's the private autopsy. So we still don't know what their autopsies has said. And now they said they're not releasing their autopsy until they're just going to release it to the grand jury.
Crazy.
That's also crazy, because I would think that if all this is going on and people are flying in to protest things of that nature, I would say, you know what? Look, we have nothing to hide.
Right.
Here, right. Here we go. There's nothing to hide here. And we want to be forthcoming, and we want to let everything out here. Because if there's nothing there, this takes the pressure off the boys who said we think may have done something. Takes the pressure off the parents who we may think are covering something up. It allows the parents of Mr. Wells to say, you know what? Okay, this is what happened. And we can start the process of this grief and trying to, move forward, whatever that looks like. But with no answers, we're stuck. We're stuck here.
Mm-hmm.
We're stuck here. Hey, Leanne, welcome back.
What's up?
You sound wonderful.
Thank you.
No, I like your headphones.
I appreciate you.
They're not the little cat ones that glow in the dark. You don't have those on right now, but that's only for your other.
Never have those. Those are
I'm sorry.
your style.
I'm sorry, I can't. That's her when she's in her OF mode, and I'm not talking about of. Leanne, so we did start talking about how this, it's like America continues to show you who she is.
Mm-hmm.
And the more they say, and I hate when people say, first of all, I don't think I've ever seen anything that was racist, right? Because every time something happened, it's not racist. Race has nothing to do with it. And I don't know when race has ever had anything to do with it in some of these people's minds. Right? I don't know if they and they may truly believe that race has nothing to do with it. Maybe they got to the point where they truly believe that.
No, they don't.
I don't know. So I think, Leanne, you can lie to yourself enough to make you feel better about the situation and say this has nothing to do with race. I guess if you're not from that, if you don't live it, it maybe is more easy for you to because like I said, I don't know what it is to not have race be a key factor in my day-to-day. Right. So I don't know what it is to walk around and have no worry about race really being a problem. Being reminded of who I am when I walk in the store. They remind you. Okay. And that's the other thing about this Nolan Wells, which I don't know anywhere you go if you're the only person of color and people don't know where you're at all times.
Right.
I just don't know. They almost are going to keep their eye on you because I feel like they feel like you're going to do something anyway. And they gotta guard their belongings because you may steal. Right?
Of course.
You may steal. Hey, watch Jerome. He may steal.
And even if you're there and you don't, quote unquote, pose that much of a threat to them, they still have to go out of their way to let you know that they are superior to you and let you know what your place is.
But I think that's because they think you're a threat, right? I don't think they don't think you're not, right? I don't have to prove something to somebody that I don't have to prove it to, right? If I'm cool, I don't have to prove it. I only prove it so that I can show you and myself that I.
No, I only do it to humiliate you and let you know don't you ever think that you are on my level.
Right. Why would you do that? You wouldn't do it to somebody who you didn't feel was on your level.
Yes, I would.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? So you're saying you'd waste your time going to the person that wasn't on your level to make sure they knew they weren't on your level?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's different. I don't know people. Usually deal with the people who you know, who you feel like could be on your level. Unless you're just a bully. You're just saying they're bullies all the way around. They just bully.
All the way around.
Just a bully. So I don't know. I think some of these boys, from what I've seen as a boy growing up in school, that was mostly majority it was PWI, and I was small, which was interesting. I was really little. As a freshman, real stats, I was about 5'2", 5'3", 100 pounds as a freshman. And I think I fought just about every day in school because I think I felt like they thought I was bigger and tougher than I was, especially where I came from.
I don't always see that to be true. A lot of times people pick on people that they know can't or don't think can beat them.
So I think to seek someone out, there has to be something in them and something to gain from it. This is not a movie. So in real life, I know, and I'm only going from my experience. Like I said, I'm not saying just what you're saying is not true. I'm saying in my case, I know because the things they say to you, oh, you think you tough because you from such and such, right? Why do y'all think y'all tough? See, again, this is people telling on themselves. Right? Oh, you think you can beat me? I don't even know you. And actually inside, I don't think I can beat you. I'm 5'3", 100 pounds. I'm scared of shit. Okay? Shaking in my boots. But I know when I would talk big and talk crazy, that would give them enough pause to not really, some of them not do anything. But I think in their head, I was more of a threat than I thought, that I recognized. And that's how I felt. And that's just how I felt when I went to school. Because, and the last thing I'll say, the Black kids who lived in Cherry Hill most of their life didn't have the same experience that I did. Like when we came in as freshmen, they didn't get the same thing that I got. Right? They didn't bother them like they bothered me.
Well, that's because they grew up together, more than likely.
Right. So they looked at them differently. They weren't a threat.
Yeah, so you have a different story than some and most.
Right. So the ones that they already knew who they were, but the one they didn't know, who they felt possibly could be a threat, even though he was smaller than anybody else in the school, they went at.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't see it. But if that's
what don't you see?
Think it is, then
what don't you see? Tell me what you see. I'm confused.
I don't see that they only went after you because they thought you were a threat.
So why'd they go after me?
I don't know. That's why I said I don't know.
But
I
I'm
was
telling
not
you.
there.
Right, but I'm telling you, that's how, and how you can know certain things is how people, what they say and what they, you know what I mean? If somebody come up to you and say, you think you're cute, then, and you didn't say anything to them, then what do they think?
That you're cute?
What would you think? Huh?
That you're
What'd you say? They think that, right? They're telling on themselves. It's almost like, that's why if people talk, sometimes you'll understand. Like when that person, or even when you grab your purse, when I get on an elevator, I know what you're thinking. Like, you don't have to tell me. I already know what you're thinking. And I don't want your little raggedy ass purse anyway. I say, sometimes it bothers me and I'll say something like that. I got to stop. I'm sorry. But it bothers me.
No, you're not.
No, I do try to stop because I don't want to get the cops called and then I have a whole nother problem.
No, I believe you trying to stop. I don't believe you're sorry.
Oh no. You make me right. and again, so this conversation is interesting. I can't speak for other races, right? I don't know what other people go through, right? I only can speak from my experience, and I can't even speak for experience of a woman of color, right? I don't know what you guys go through, but I know the stuff that I see, like I said, the purses or people like I was walking to my car and the guy was next to me in his car. He was so afraid to make me afraid. He jumped, I jumped. Oh, I thought somebody was gonna get us both. I thought they were gonna get us both. I was like, they got us. But he jumped because of me. I'm like, bro, what are we doing? What do you guys experience any microaggressions? How about you guys? Anything that you guys can, like, I don't know, women
all day, every day.
Exactly.
I feel like our lives are predisposed to by race and by sex. That is literally what we are always having to be aware of, always having to be conscious of.
Can I have some example? I'm sorry, some example. Like, what are some of the things? Like, I get the purse things a lot on elevators, or people move to the corner so far away, like they can't go no further.
We get the purse thing too.
Really?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We get doors locked. We get
wow.
That especially, and it ignites my soul, especially when they walk all the way away from their car. They see you in your car or get out and come near their car, and then they want to hit the button again.
Lock it. Oh my gosh.
Hey, I do one better. I like to walk at night. So I walk around my neighborhood at night because it's calm, it's peaceful. I can count every night. It's going to be about 10 cars as I'm walking, coming up to it. I'm like, and I look around, you don't see nobody. They doing it from their house. They see me, and they're going to do it just to let me know. And again, at first I thought maybe I just had the impeccable timing, right? But then I'm like,
everybody, motion sensor.
Like, listen, I need to play the lottery with this impeccable time, because every time, and some of the cars don't even be still death worthy.
Right.
Like, is that a Hyundai Elantra? Like, stop playing with me.
What I'm doing with your Dodge Dart? I don't want that. Keep that.
Yes. Oh man.
Or when you I don't know, for me, dealing with a bunch of men, you get the whole, you know the answer.
Mm-hmm.
You're pretty much a specialist in what you do.
Right.
None of them know how to run what you run.
Mm-hmm.
Pay attention, fellas. She just said none of us know anything.
They don't have the working knowledge of the area. They don't know the rules, and they don't spend as much time in the field that you do.
Pay attention, fellas.
But the question is asked, and before you can open your mouth, every man in the room will answer for you. And when they kick around the ideas long and hard enough, then they look at you and ask, well, what do you think? Well, all of this could have been avoided.
See, there's a lot going on here. I don't know. This might be a whole different conversation, because they ask you what you think, but you already know. You knew better already. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Because when the question is asked, and before I could get my mouth open to say anything, every man in the room is talking over each other, back and forth with each other, don't know what they're talking about.
Wow.
So you get tired of trying to jump in and interject. There was an incident once where something was going on in my area, and I told them the spot that it needed to be in, and a man looked me dead in my face. No, that won't work. How about here? And then all of the reasons Then they were like, oh no, this happens there and this happens there. Oh, we'll put it over here, but this happens there and and it can't go there. And you know what they decided?
Put it where
To
you
put it
said.
where you want it.
It took us 20 minutes to get where we were already from the start.
Well, I mean, you had
To
a
get
lucky
to
guess. They had to hash out all the logistics, and then it just happened to be where it was supposed to, where you wanted
It
it.
doesn't just happen to be. It's that we can't be trusted to know the truth. So I'll get juxtapose a position. I work around all women most of the time.
Yes, me. That's my experience.
There are
Ugh.
a couple of, it's the best thing ever. The bathroom is always clean. The kitchen is always clean.
That's not.
So we hire lifeguards, seasonal staff, and yeah, they're mostly lifeguards at these two locations. Okay. And at the one location, who the gentleman that is hired as the head lifeguard has the responsibility of delegating very specific tasks to the two other lifeguards. But because he feels this level of authority of his less than 30 years, he feels like whenever he comes in and around the building away from our pool, he feels like he should also have the same authority as the operations director and myself as education director, to the point of putting his dirty, nasty, worn clothes on a daggone shared desk area. And then if someone should come to the door, for instance, while he's in office, he feels like he needs to go and answer the door and speak to them himself, having no authority or knowledge of what is going on in the building at all. So me and the operations director just kind of look at each other, and he'll turn around and say, oh, they have to do such and such and such and such. And we'll, kind of nod our heads in agreement. And he's like, okay, I'll take it up with them, and I'll come back and let you know what has to happen. Do you have no authority, no knowledge? Why are you assuming a position of authority in this building at all? Go to the daggone pool and take your sweaty ass shorts with you when you go. You have no authority here. But because there are no other men there in authority, he feels like he can assert himself in any circumstance with whoever. You have nothing to do with school business. Why are you even at the daggone door? You don't even know how to answer a phone. What are you doing?
So, fellas, pay attention. Now, I have a serious question. So, why is he allowed to do these things? Because if something is not corrected, it becomes correct, right?
No, listen.
So if he's allowed to do this, why?
It's not that he's allowed. I hear where you're going. It's not that he's allowed. It's what he assumes. It's what he comes in on day 3 and does automatically, because it's assumed that he would be of authority because he is given some authority in the building.
Right. But I mean, if you guys are not,
it doesn't work in the other way. And I would never in any position, even in the position that I'm in, I would not walk in a building where there's someone else already in place and in charge and assume that I'm going to do what it is that I think that they really should be doing, or that I have the right to do.
Right. But I still don't understand, why is he allowed to do that? Because if he does or gives some wrong information out, ultimately, would that fall back on you guys or no?
Well, we do have to correct. He's not really able to do anything. He just wants to be,
have
the appearance of doing that he's doing something.
I mean, when he goes to that door and he gives somebody, hey, whoop whoop. I'm really, and it's a serious question. Why is he not like, listen, we don't need you to do that? In a way, maybe we're not trying to be,
Eventually we do. Eventually I have to tell him, don't leave your stuff on a shared desk. But the fact that we have to share that information is my problem. The fact that it is assumed that he would have an authority in the building and at a desk, for instance, is the fight for me. That's what I don't like. I feel like in my field, other people kind of understand their lane and how they have to learn their place in it. Whereas, because it's mostly women, whereas the men that come in for whatever their job is, they feel at that point they have to be the man in the circumstance. Well, young boy at my other location today was complaining about the schedule, which coordinated a visit from an outside vendor and swim time. Well, why would somebody set this up? That the children would have to miss their swim time during the time when the vendor could come. Well, sir, what vendor did you set up? What schedule did you set up? There's a plan in place. You don't have to do nothing but stay your butt in that pool. What you got to talk about it for?
Because he wanted to have pool time. I mean, he just
He
asked a
got
question.
his pool time. He's not going anywhere.
Wow, I see. Asking questions at your office is crazy. God dang.
You know,
give us free. Give us free. Great, Leanne.
You know what it is, and what men, and in my case, YT men have an abundance is audacity.
Oh yes.
Caucasity. Go ahead.
And there's no bounds to how many times I've been mansplained.
Girl.
Right. I already know.
Girl.
I mean, we're just here to help.
Your suggestion has gone from I'm suggesting this to let me over-explain this complicated, not complicated at all, situation that I'm in.
This whole program took a turn, I see.
And I have to sit there with a straight face. And one, pretend like I'm interested. 2, that I care. 3, brush your ego. And watch how I say the next words that come out of my mouth. Not only watch what I say, but watch what my face look like when I say it.
Woo! God forbid.
Okay. So this is another question. Real question. Why do you guys do that? Because you're almost affirming this negative behavior.
Because if you don't, you get targeted.
You're negative. You're aggressive. You're unprofessional. You're hard to work with.
But so I get it. So I accept that. All those things I accept because that's what is said about me on a daily. Because I can't play that game, right? I'm not going to stroke your ego. I can't be diplomatic in my responses. I can't be measured. Now, I know for both of you, it's a lot different because you guys, it seems to be in more of a kind of a power position, right? I know Leanne's a supervisor, and I think D, you said you're some type of director or something as well, right? So I definitely, I know it would be, it's different in your cases, right? Because, but yeah, for me, I don't, and I guess that's why I won't ever be a director or supervisor, because first, I don't care enough to be, because I don't care about people. But like, I can't do that. I can't, so I work with mostly women, right? It's all women in power positions. And it's, I feel like it's a lot of feelings on everything that happens. It's a lot of feelings in there outside of, just what the job is, what the, what the protocol is, what's the procedure, what's the policy. Instead of just following that, it's a lot of I feel, I wouldn't, and I don't care what you feel or what you wouldn't do. Let's just stick to so that for me, I see is a lot of times with the women, it's a lot of feelings, and the couple men that are, I feel like they stick more to, well, this is what it is. But I definitely understand that's because I think we are wired differently. So I do know the responses are more because we're wired differently, but I don't like the I feel type things.
So does that mean that responses devoid of feeling or feeling in description are therefore less valid? Like, does that mean a man's response is more valid?
It is less valid. It is valid because so it would be like if in this situation, this is supposed to happen, right? That's the policy. This situation, this happens. But then when you start putting your feelings in it, that can change what's supposed to happen. Right? And it can change it in a way that's negative. So it can make something happen that shouldn't happen. Right? Because you feel I wouldn't do that in my household. So now that's wrong in this other person's household. Now you make something happen because it wasn't what you would do in your household. That's not how it should be. It shouldn't be judged off of your feelings.
I think with your situation, it's kind of different from ours because there is a lot of room. Well, at least from mine. I don't know.
Go ahead.
But I am a policy person, and I still am very disliked and I'm disliked because I go by policy.
Mm-hmm.
There's times where I'm going by policy on things, and they're like, "Oh, well, we have wiggle room. There's this, there's a gray area." But that's not what policy says.
No. You're not disliked because it's a policy.
Shut up.
It's how it's you. It's more how you handle things because your emotions show through whatever you're doing. Right. So if you're upset, they're going to know you're upset. You can't hide it. And you rule with an iron fist. So there's not much room for mistakes after 30 days.
First off, that's not true.
That's what I just said. True.
It's not true.
HR is not here, and it's okay.
Hey, you don't got it yet? Did you not tell you how to do it twice?
Listen,
Leanne, you're a perfectionist.
And that's fine. But
it's not when you put that on other people.
Listen. I don't go 0 to angry. If I have to tell you something, I've told you several times before I get to that point.
Several means two, y'all. It means
Shut
two.
Up. It's because I've told you several times before I get to the point. Okay, enough is enough.
Yeah, Leanne, and I will say she's policy on steroids because it's policy, but it's just day one. You got to do it right.
Listen, certain things in our industry.
This is true.
I think this is the main reason, the reason why I am the way I am. In the area where I supervise, someone lost their life.
Right.
I was there when the phone call had to be made to the family. I was there when the person got brought into the office that actually
created it. Right. Okay.
You understand? I was there when the family showed up. I was there when the person who had the call came out trembling.
Right.
So what's not going to happen on my watch? I was also there when another man was severely injured.
Right.
To the point where it took him years to come back to work and still wasn't fully right.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I'm responsible for each and every one of them people.
Right.
When I first became a supervisor, I took those guys out and their wives out or significant others to let them know I owe y'all. I owe you to go home the same way you came in here.
Right.
So if that means I have to be the B word, then that's what I'll be.
Okay, and that's what I was about to say. Do you see how those events shaped how you now see the job?
Yes.
And how it could be to the point where now you're to the other side where you're overly strict.
No.
I know you wouldn't see that. See, fellas, that's called not taking accountability. Okay, it's all right. But no, so it could be that you are now, like I said, because of what happened, and you're like, it's not going to happen again. You are a little, tough.
I am tough.
Or what some of them say behind your back is impossible to deal with, but we can say tough.
Yeah, impossible to deal with. But it's funny how these same people that say I'm impossible to deal with and that I have, these things against them.
Right.
When the other guys say the same exact thing that I say, they have no problems.
So and that's the part I think where you being a woman is leading their perception of what's being told to them. The respect for or the value in your word or your knowledge of the job, like you said, is not respected due to, I think, you being a woman, a short woman at that.
100%.
It's like, who in here listening to a little kid? I get it. Then that has to be tough to deal with, though, right? Because, and not to talk behind, inside baseball, but it's times I've been on the phone and heard like people just undermining your authority. Mm-hmm. So when people above you are not respecting you and your title and your position, then people below you don't respect your title, authority, or position. So now that makes it very tough to do your job because I can't do my job because now people are not respecting me in a way that they should.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's real. That's real. And I do see that happening. And D, so you work with all women. What power struggles do you have with all women, if any?
Well, I am a Black woman who works with several different races of women otherwise. Okay. And inherently, we therefore have to prove ourselves that much more worthy or that much more knowledgeable in order to gain the respect that others get as soon as they walk in the door. And for me, especially, I work in very diverse schools, which I love, but you can also see that it is across the board internationally that Black women are automatically assumed for one in a very specific role. Sometimes they're very surprised to find out what my role is. Second, they're surprised to find out how much knowledge and experience I actually have in the field. And then the fact that I can hold a professional conversation with them is a lot of times a shock. They're shocked to surprise. They're shocked and surprised about, what it is that I do or that I'm good at it. And especially in the younger generations, because they are a lot more bold in expressing themselves. Some of these girls will literally they'll test you. They're literally testing your ability to see what it is that they're doing and identify, especially since COVID, a lot of younger people, I'm not just going to say women, but younger people really don't want to work, especially not on site and 5 days a week. Absolutely. Everything feels like too much work. Right. The second you go to them with an expectation of work, it's received like, well, that's too much. Like everything is too much. Well, I'm not asking you to do anything other than, like Leanne said, I'm a policy person. And I know that policies are in place for safety of children, for protection of self, and for protection of company. So for me, the best thing I can say is it's written here. You signed off and agreed to it. So this is what I'm expecting you to do. This is not personal. Right. This is not, I'm not holding you to a different standard than I'm asking anybody else to. But a lot of times in the way you speak in general, like, I'll give you a very specific example. In my role has changed dramatically in the last year. And there were certain members of our team. Our team grew very quickly. Certain members of our team have been elevated to a certain degree. And I was kind of given I had a hard road. I was really trying to fight to prove myself to
Right.
some people on my team. And one of my coworkers, who is not from this country, pulled me aside and she goes, "You know what? It might be the way that you talk." And I'm like,
What? What?
what is it about the way that I talk
Right.
that's different than anybody else on the team? And so she's taken aback because, she doesn't know how to explain what it is. In the meantime, English is her second language. I can hardly understand anything that this woman says. Anything. Right. So what is it about the way that I speak that would make me seem less knowledgeable or less qualified in the position when I have more years of experience than anybody else on the team, including my new supervisor? There's nothing about the way that I talk that gives that implication, but there is the understanding that I'm a Black woman, especially a Black woman who wears her hair natural, and every once in a while my hands are a little expressive, that I'm being aggressive when I'm expressing passion. And I'm never disrespectful. I'm never unprofessional because I don't like losing control. So you're not going to knock me off my square and catch me doing something crazy, mess up my pockets over some nonsense. I'm always professional. But just the fact that was the, they probably think you're a little ghetto is what she wanted to try to tell me, but she couldn't think of the words.
So, she could think of the words. She said she just would get fired. Go ahead.
Hold on real quick. China Walker Jones said, "I'm all late, but I'm about to lose my religion policy. I'm gonna just sit and sip my tea because if workers follow policy, my grandson would be with our family. Man,
right.
FDCP in the boat they came in on.
100%.
Prince, y'all probably not even talking about DCPP, but I'm traumatized. Part of why I retired. Man, who y'all talking about?"
So she's right on point with that. Like, again, if policy would be followed, it'd be a lot different. But when people start using procedure or feelings to navigate these systems, now they can do, because it's like anything. Like we talk about like a police officer. Once he gets in his emotions and he feels a certain way, he can act out of fear.
It's justified. Yeah.
And now it's justified and that's the problem with these places where they don't do what they're supposed to do. They do what they want to do. And like I said, you can destroy a family, a child, a mother. You can destroy someone. When you have power like that, you need to make sure you're not putting your own biases on other things. Like whatever we're doing, your bias should not be part of your decision making. But the problem is, too many times people's biases are leading the charge. And we're ending up with situations that we shouldn't be in. Right. And so I 100% agree with that.
China Walker says, right.
Yeah. And it's interesting too when you have, and the other thing we talk about when we talk about race and things of that nature, when you have people that look like you who are against you, these are the ones who are violating you, right? These are the people that look like you standing next to you, but are doing you dirty or doing your community dirty. And it's amazing to have that experience. And sometimes you say I don't know how you could do this when throughout history this was done to us. How do you become a part of it? You're not a part of that. You're not part of that system, right? That system will turn on you just as fast as you turned your back on us.
Absolutely. China Walker says our family is destroyed and hurt.
Yep. And I guarantee it's probably by somebody that looks like you, right? Sometimes we're our worst enemy, and kind of like you alluded to earlier, D, when people get in these positions that have some type of power, police, fire, doctors, when you have power over other people, sometimes people don't know how to use that and use it for bad. And it's very disheartening when you have these type of things go on, and you can't even, talk to someone who looks like you that should understand the situation, and and you're just in awe, like, I can't believe you're doing this.
Yeah. China Walker says exactly.
Yeah.
To piggyback off of what you're saying, one of the things that hurts my heart, and I'm in my emotions and feelings here, is on our level. There's only, back then it was only two of us of African American in management. And so I thought that the other Black manager was going to kind of like,
all skin folk ain't your kinfolk.
Exactly. And he came from the very same city I was living in. So it was like he turned into one of those, I made it and you an N-word and I'm better than that.
Right.
And every chance he gets, he targets my area. And I'm like, I got all these other people going against me. Why do I need you too?
Well, because the spirit of Sambo is alive and well. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
And furthermore, it's because it's what's safe.
Correct.
I know if I go after you, there's nobody's going to fight for you. Nobody's going to say what I'm doing is wrong because it's you, as opposed that I go after someone else that maybe have the complexion for protection, that if I go after them, then they're going to come after me. Right? So it's easier to align with the group than to go against the grain. You're easy mark because he knows nobody's going to come to your rescue. Actually, they want him to do their dirty work, to be honest, whoever they are, but that's what happens. They want someone to do the dirty work. And it looks really good when the person looks like you. So now you can't use this was motivated out of race, or this was motivated out of any other thing than your work ethic, because this person looks like you. He looks just like you. Can't be race. Jamal said it. So
go ahead.
Okay.
China Walker says, I told them I don't understand how they sleep. I couldn't retire for the fear of my placement cases, not getting a fair chance. We, meaning DCPP, write the narrative, point blank, period.
Right.
Scary.
It's just like a police officer who gives us a report and he says, well, I saw a gun. He attacked me. He did such and such. And that word is taken as the gospel. It is not questioned when these people say, or especially when they write that narrative down, that narrative becomes law. And it's very difficult for you to persuade someone that what's being said is not true, because these people are given the already being looked at as truth tellers.
It brings me back though to the point we were making about Nolan Wells, though, because that's historically what has happened. Is certain voices are more valuable and authoritative and the final word when it comes to just about anything. And when they say that this is what happened, or they say this is what's right, or they say this is what's wrong, or who is wrong, then it's just a done deal, and no one's supposed to ask any questions about it. So to your point, also, yeah, asking questions. But I think that's what happens in the workplace. Is what happens with people's lives all the time.
The system is made to work, right? The system is made to be infallible. The system that says that when this happens, this happens, right? So when these people are part of the system and they say something, and as long as you're saying what the system wants you to say, you're okay. Because soon as anyone, even if you're part of that system, you go against that system, you'll see how fast the system doesn't care for you, independent of color, race, creed, male, female, whatever the case may be, right? A lot of times, go ahead.
China Walker says, right, y'all on fire with the truth.
Yeah. And it's so interesting because the problem with the truth is when you telling the truth, you're a problem, right? You are a problem. They're going to make you you're racist, or you're peddling these narratives that are not true. And that's when they got to besmirch your character, right? Because they can't fight the truth, but they can make you look bad. Now that invalidates your word. And that's why you can't say anything about anything. Because as soon as you say something about anything, you become opposite of that thing.
You're under attack.
You're under attack. And that's why a lot of people don't talk. This is why people don't speak out, because you know when you do that, what's going to happen to you. If you stick your neck out, it's going to get chopped off most of the time, because people are not sticking their neck out with you. That's the other thing. People may say they're going to go with you and they're going to be with you in solidarity, but a lot of times you're by yourself.
China Walker says, right.
Yeah, you're by yourself. So when you go fight for that family or you fight for that person, Benjamin Clump is right now just asking questions. He's a race hustler.
Right.
You know, how's he a race hustler? He wants to know what's going on. Why are we missing the fact that he just wants to know what happened to this young man who passed away, and we go to he's a race hustler. He wants money. So we have to take your eye off the ball. Go ahead.
I think now more than ever, Black people need to look out for each other a lot more, give each other a lot more grace, because being out here on the island is not to your benefit at all. The problem is like you said, not every skin folk is kinfolk, and you don't know who's who some of the time.
Well, actually, no, we could be kinfolk at this point. But once you start talking about me taking food out of my family's mouth, now, even if I align with you, I may I got to go to work tomorrow. I got to pay these bills. Right. So sometimes the chase of success or just putting food on the table is going to stop me from being the rebel that I could be. Right. And even with most of this is why I believe we don't have any real leaders out there that's really leading us or bringing us together, because all they do is throw a couple dollars at them. Throw a couple dollars at them, and that's going to change. And it changes their well, now where right, my passion is you bought my passion, you bought it, you paid for it, because I can go get this Mercedes and my wife can get this Bentley and my kids can go to these better schools. So I'm trading the fight for comfort. Right. So a lot of times we are trying to, we want to make sure our kids are good. Right. Because again, if I didn't have to worry about this house and the car and the motorcycle and my daughter, I'll be out here raising hell for these people. I'll be saying everything I think, but I can't. Right. I'm censored because I want AC when it's really hot outside. You know what I mean? I want heat when it's cold. So I have to now censor my speech. Right? Sometimes you have to just let some things go. Like, ooh, I don't really like that, but I can't say anything. because I know I'm gonna be out on the island and I'm gonna lose this, that, or next. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? You know what I mean? So it's tough. And that's how we really were divided. Was we were divided by having the ability to make it to middle upper class.
I think we also. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just saying, I think that the division is, it's only though a small percentage of us that are going to be able to do so, and therefore, especially like in the workplace, it becomes competition for affirmative action. There's 3 of us. They only have to keep 2. So it's almost like now I'm automatically in competition with this person. I personally, I don't do well in those types of circumstances, and I have been on a corporate level in early childhood education, even to the point of suing a company to that extent, because a lot of times Black women, especially light skin, it's terrible to say it, but light-skinned Black women have been the hardest for me to work with, because they look at me and immediately think, oh, there's already one of us here. Like, no, it doesn't have to be. We could both be here. But that's not the way historically things have been shown. That's why I say the spirit of Sambo is strong, is that everybody's not going to be able to come in the house. But if you're in there, then somebody's trying to get your spot, and you automatically feel like you got to, keep them at bay. I think it's a sad, sad way that our country tries to pit us against each other that way. I'm always trying to help everybody, to my detriment. That's why I'm in the worst condo on the block, because I won't cut the throat to get to where I need to get.
Right.
You know what I mean?
What were you about to say, Leanne? You forgot?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
but
was it light-skinned Black women? I'm sorry.
I want to bring up.
Wait, before we switch real fast.
Yes. Go ahead.
No, I forgot to. Go ahead. I forgot to.
Dag. Oh, with the affirmative action thing, like now we're even lacking in that. With the
all you DEI hires.
Yeah, exactly. And now they're taking that away. And so inclusion, is no longer a thing anymore. Where, for us, it was needed, it's necessary, because they're used to controlling the pot. They're used to monopolizing all of the resources. And DEI and affirmative action and things like that made it a way impossible for us to get a foot in the door. And then you continue to strike at all the other different types of rights that we have, as far as even voting rights, and trying to skew the Black political representation and economy and equality, inequality. I mean, and the list goes on. The list goes on. And then you wonder why people of color are walking around here and you feel like they got a chip on their shoulder, because how would you like to every day walk outside and just have to fight for every single inch, every single thing you got all the time, while trying to make yourself still look presentable enough not to get shot, or presentable enough to be liked enough to get a job, that you already are overqualified, and you still won't get the same pay as someone of opposite skin tone as you. It's a smack in the face every single day.
Well, again, and I was about to say, I want to go back to Donnie's point when she was talking about like the job and getting, so like there's jobs where you have, you know, where it's not merit based. All your raises are basically on a scale. So everybody gets the same raises at the same position at the same time, right? So there is no incentive based raises. There are no incentive based hires. There's no incentive to do anything. But I've seen people in these type of jobs still fight and still do all the cattiness, kick, and this could be people of the same color. Yep. You're not getting anywhere. There is nowhere for you to go. Everybody's gonna get the same thing, but you're still fighting, backbiting, telling, doing things to think to get ahead, and you're getting zero. Really, you don't even get a pat on the back.
Massa.
Right.
But Massa look like you. Right. Sometimes, you know, and that's one thing. And if we just start thinking about ourselves, we have to really reset the way we look at each other, the way we think about each other, because we are truly our own worst enemies. Right. We have enough to deal with outside the house that inside the house we shouldn't be having our domestics, right, where we're fighting each other, right? And especially when we're fighting each other for, at least like in your situation, Donnie, you might be able to get ahead. I might be able to kick you down to move up, but it ain't no, some of these jobs ain't no kicking down, ain't no moving up. You all gonna move up whether you do nothing or everything. Everybody's moving up. So why are you acting this way? And that's that self-hatred we have for each other. That's that, you know, when we came, we're all different tribes anyway. So we might have been tribes that didn't even really mess with each other. Right. And then you say, we're all going to be one. Well, we're not all one. We are very different, you know. So we definitely do have to, we definitely healing as a people, you know, but it's tough to heal when life is so abusive. Our lives are very abusive. Again, I can't speak for anybody else, and I don't want to hear anybody else telling me it's not, right? Oh, it's not. No, it's abusive, right? It's abusive, like Leanne just said, where you have to, you know how many times I have to try to make other people feel comfortable, right, in situations? Like I have to go out of my way to make you feel comfortable. You know, so that you're not afraid. You know, I got to make sure I say, hey, how are you doing? Put my best voice on. Hey, how's everything? It's top of the morning. Like, so you feel okay. That's a lot.
It is a lot.
That's a lot.
Do you one better, though, when you said you don't understand a woman's perspective? Because this goes back to, I dropped that video in the chat about the young lady who said she tested all of her male friends to see if they would respond if she asked them, if she made a sexual advance at them. And if they agreed to the sexual advance, she cut them off because that means that, you know, she couldn't trust them. But a man doesn't understand. No, listen though. A man doesn't understand that as much as you have to not offend, we have to also not offend, but we also can't give too much kindness because then it's seen as a welcome or as an opening.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So women have to walk to balance that line even more so. But most men have the same response that you did to what that young lady posted. Like, oh, you won't cut off all the men because they're just being men. No, we are constantly trying to figure out where the wolf is.
No,
is the wolf the man? Is the wolf a woman that looks like me? Is the wolf a woman who wants what I want? Is the man who doesn't want me, who's gonna tear me down the second I walk out the room?
No, see, that's actually, that to me is an illogical test. And why I say that, because as a man, right? If I'm saying, you're attractive, you're a nice woman, and we just end up in the friend zone, I'm still being a man by being here, protecting you, being your friend, being all these things, right? Not making any advances to you, not doing anything. But once you play the game and say, hey, listen, I want to do this, you open a door that I had closed. It's not fair for you now to say, I don't want to be your friend. after I played the game and dangled this in your face. That's illogical.
I agree to what you're saying.
I'm not a wolf. I'm not a wolf, because if I was a wolf, I would have been trying to push up on you. You would have saw what it was. But by me controlling myself and being a friend to you, while this is what you wanted, and then when you wanted to change it, saying, okay, yes, I'm cool with that too. That's not on him. He did what he was supposed to do as a friend, not letting you know that I was interested any more than this. Or maybe it wasn't a possibility until you offered it, right?
I agree to what you're saying up to this point. Women are taught that we are protecting a treasure. What we fantasize about is a man who's also trying to protect our treasure. So if you value me, as warped as it seems, if you value me, no matter how I offer it to you, if you value, you're going to say, no, protect your treasure.
No, not at all. First of all,
how you going to tell me how a woman feels?
No. First of all, if you feel, again, because that's illogical. Just because you feel it's a treasure between your legs, it's not, right?
What was chivalry? What was chivalry then?
Chivalry was me opening your door. Chivalry was not me saying, no, I don't want to knock you down when you offer it to me. Chivalry is me. Chivalry was also me not pushing. Like, again, I don't take it unless you want to give it. I'm not even asking you for it. But once you make hey, I want to take it to this next level. You know what? As your friend, I already think you're a dope person. I already like you. And you know what? I can see myself with you. Because most relationships start as friendships. So if you want to go to the next level, you know what? It makes sense. We built a great friendship. I can see myself with you because you're cool. Okay, let's do this.
You're arguing the point I've already accepted, Daryl. I've already accepted that point. I know where you're coming from.
But again, I'm just telling you, she's illogical. It's her what she did. She don't need any friends. I wouldn't want to be her friend anyway because she's silly.
It's not illogical or silly. We are taught to protect our bodies. We're taught to lock this thing down because anytime we let some other man in, it takes away our value. It makes us weak. It makes us less than unworthy of marriage. That's what I'm saying is the basis of chivalry. The basis of chivalry, which has also trickled down to how a woman is raised. You're trained to try to get it. We're trained to try to keep it.
Where's chivalry in me not accepting the pussy that's given to me to buy somebody I think I like?
It's not. She's not giving it. She's offering to see if you would take it. It's not the idea of would you have sex with her. It's do you value her enough to not let her spoil?
No. Wait a minute. Time out. If she don't value herself, why would I value her? For one, if we're going that way, if you value something, why are you giving it away? See, again, by playing games, she's playing games. Like, again, you can't. I know you want to stand on the side of her, but you can't play a game and get mad because I'm like, okay, I accept the game, right? Again, once you give it, he already did all he needs to do by not pushing up. If he was trying to get it all the time, that'd be different. But if I'm like, yo, I'm cool, we've been hanging out for years, I ain't never tried anything. Obviously, she didn't know what they would do, which means these men hid the fact or didn't like her in that way, or kept it at abeyance until she said, hey, let's do it. So she opened the door, he stepped through, and I said, oh, I can't believe you stepped through the door I opened. That's insane. Leanne, what do you think? As the other woman on here, because this is crazy. Go ahead, what do you think? Yeah, you gonna stand up for the women? What are you gonna do? The women are all looking at you.
It's not a matter of standing up for the women. You're actually proving her point. But you can go ahead. I'm not trying to sway your. I
didn't prove anything. I just asked her what she gonna do. She has a conundrum. Look at her. She's going through a conundrum. She's like, what do I do?
No, because I agreed also that the trick was unfair. That was literally my response to the message. But I do understand why she felt like she had to. And you just proved the point 3 times over.
No, I didn't prove anything. I
Yes,
proved that she's illogical. She makes no sense, and even her logic doesn't track. Just
so
because someone says yes,
what you're describing is a circumstance in which if we have sex, we lose value. If we don't have
that?
sex,
I didn't,
we
first
lose
of all,
value.
Wait, I didn't put that on you. I didn't say a woman lose value because she has sex, because I don't believe that. You don't lose value because you have sex. That to me is a falsehood that was put on women so they wouldn't do it. I think you should embrace your sexuality.
I'm glad that you accept that fact.
So
because regardless of how
do
you feel, society looks at it differently.
I don't know. Again, this is not 1940. So women are living their best lives. Yeah, and women are living their best lives right now. Right? Women are living their best lives.
Those women? What do you feel about those women who are living their best lives? Are they white? Are they white material?
I just told you, sex is not going to make me feel you less or more than wife material. Wife material would be how you act when we get together. Now, if you had 500 men, then I'll be like, hey, that thing's a little worn out. I might not want you. But most people don't have that. Most people have a normal number of people in their life. I'm not tripping.
What's a normal number?
I'm just saying, like, whatever your number. I mean, if you're 50, you got 50, I wouldn't trip.
So you're marrying a woman who's had sex with 50 men.
Most likely you will be. If anybody thinks a woman's out here and having very, very, very low numbers, I would think that would be silly, because women are you have relationships, you break up, even if you met a dude, hung out with him for 4 or 5 months, and then you took it there, and then y'all broke up. You met another person, 4 or 5 months, took it. In a year, you could have had 2 people. So by the time you're 50, right? Let's double that, right? So I'm not, and again, there are some men who trip. I wouldn't be. Most men are not going to trip. Boys will trip. Grown adolescent men will trip. Men won't trip.
So once again, if we are allowing these men to gain access to our bodies in hopes that they stay, which is what I believe these women do. I don't believe that most women are going around trying to run up these numbers in hopes that they will stay. Do you not feel that a woman has to be a little bit more careful about who she allows access to her body if it is her intention to actually be with someone for the rest of her life?
See, again, I think everyone needs to want to have access to your body. I don't think men should be out here soiling their worlds with everybody either, right? So I don't hold women to a higher or lower standard than I would a man, right? But I know if we're friends and we've been kicking it for 2 or 3 years, and she was like, hey, would you want to? And I felt like, yo, this could be a natural, we're great friends, and I could see it that way, and we took it there. I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think it's going to be like, well, I don't want to be with you now because you want to be with me when I offered it to you, because we were friends already. That's all I'm saying. If we were friends, that's what changed, because friends sometimes do change into lovers, right? Because it's a friendship. I know you. We've been through some things. And again, depending, are they friends? Are they acquaintances? Maybe that might be different. If it's an acquaintance somebody I just kick it with that is not really a friend, and I offer it to them, maybe that would be different. But either way, I would still say, if you're offering something to someone and they take it, I don't know why you're mad at them. Because they may see something in you. They may see something in you.
Position. Why can't it be, I see something in you, so therefore I don't want to have sex with you, but let's be in a relationship?
Because we've been friends for so long. We already did the friendship. So that was like the beginning. If we've been friends for 2 years and now you want to have sex, it's like we've been kicking it. I don't know what friends mean, but I know if you offer it to me and I'm interested in you, or you open something in my mind, like, you know what, maybe we could work. Okay. That I don't see to me, there's no problem. That's not something where I would be like, I don't want to be your friend anymore because you wanted to have sex with me. Well, I didn't want to have sex with you until you offered it. And then I thought about it and said, yes. Now, what is it? I just want to hit it and nothing else. I don't know if it meant I was thinking that now we would move into more of a relationship type thing, or is it I just want to hit it, and that might be a different conversation. Maybe if he just wanted to take it down. I don't know. But I just don't like games. If you play a game and the person responds in a way to the game you're playing, I don't know if you can be mad at someone when you're playing a game. That's my only thing. You're doing something to initiate this happening. So that's my problem with it. We can't play games with people and they get mad because they want to play the game back. You can't, like, you're holding the man to a standard that she's not holding herself to. Leanne, what do you think? Anyway, before we, you know what I mean? Back to you, Leanne.
I don't think it's a good game to play. I'm not for it. I think in some ways it is kind of it's very disingenuous. And again, I think it depends on how the person responds as well. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to say, yes, I'm interested, or whatever the case may be. Now, if this person, I just think it's a setup. Actually, now that I sit here and start thinking about it even more, because the person does rebuttal to you. You know, I would love for us to have a relationship and things of that nature, and she doesn't feel that way, and the whole reason why you was talking to me was just to see what I would say. That's not, like, you just played with somebody emotions.
Ooh. You know what, Leanne? I'm sorry, but you're right. It might be some cruelty in there. That might be cruel. And what I'm saying, because men, they say that most men are not even getting physical with women. Like, this is a long time. Men are not being intimate with women. So now she opens a door and you feel like, oh, well, maybe we could be more. And like, it's a game. I don't want to either. Ha ha. Now I want to be your friend. Now I lost a friend and everything because you want to play a game. Dang. That's cruel.
I just think there's better ways to go about finding the wolf in your pack. If I've presented nothing and haven't done anything to you to make you feel uncomfortable in a certain type of way, especially when we're in one-on-one situations, and I've always been there for you and stuck by you like a friend.
Right.
Whether or not that person, and this is just my feeling, whether or not that person wants to have sex with you or not is not my problem. Because you haven't put me in a situation or given me any reason to feel uncomfortable or unsafe around you.
Right.
If we're in there and that's the way that you feel like you want to have sex with me, and you make me feel uncomfortable or unsafe at any point in time, then you know, of course, I'm a dead you.
Right.
But if we can be friends, you want to have sex with me and I don't want to have sex with you, but you can still treat me with respect and hold this friendship down like no other, then I don't understand why we still can't be cool. Long as you are grown enough to control yourself and your emotion and respect
the boundaries. Yeah,
exactly.
Wait, so Donnie, what was the point of her doing this again? The whole point of her doing this was to do what? I'm sorry.
To weed out people who have I don't know, ulterior motives.
Okay.
And honestly, again, my response to the post was exactly what Leanne said. Like, I wouldn't want to play the game. I don't feel like if someone does have the feelings but still treats me the way that they're supposed to treat me, then I can still call them my friend.
Right.
However, I do understand how difficult it is. The long game of patience for some men is crazy because they're playing this friend game with 8 different women and waiting for 8 different women to crack. And then all of a sudden, your friend of 3 years gets what he's been waiting for and he's out. And I'm not saying that that's how all men are. I'm not making any accusation of you. But I do understand how and why a woman would try to find some way to figure out who is really for her and who's not. And what you're saying is almost, you're almost giving the impression that almost all men will crumble or most men will crumble. And that was another man's response was if he wouldn't say yes, then he's probably gay. But I don't feel that that's the case. I feel that there are men who would still say, I value what it is that we built enough to say that I wouldn't do that. And there are also men who would say, okay, if this is really how you feel, let's pursue the feelings without pursuing it sexually. And that's my only point. I feel like women.
There's always outliers. There's always outliers, right?
Hold, D. I got in there first.
Okay, go ahead.
I feel like that again is a setup because
yes,
while I understand what she supposedly is trying to do,
I don't.
To say, hey, some men might already see this for what it is, a game, and still give you the answer that you were looking for, which was a no, and then finesse their way in there down the line, and you might still end up in the same situation that you were trying to avoid in the first place. Also, if you are basing whether or not to stop talking to me off of the fact that I told you the truth, that is another issue for me. That means we're not really friends anyway, because I can't say my honest opinion and feelings around you. And there was another point that I had, but Darrell threw me off.
I feel like we're not friends if you're playing games with me, right? I don't play games with my friends, for one, right? I don't do things to test my friends, for two, because that's not what you do as in friends, in relationships. You don't do those things, right? Because your feelings, or you'll see things that people do, which will lead you to your decision that you make for the most part. Second of all, what I said with the whole thing is that if I could see something with you, I don't think all men are going to say yes, because you may not be my type. You might not be my type, right? You might not be my type of John. So I'm gonna say no, because you're not my type. You know what I mean? Like, we could be friends. Just because we're friends don't mean I want to take you down for some. Again, there's always gonna be outliers but for the most part, if you're not my type, I might be like, nah, that's not really what I'm on with you, because you're not my type. But I said, if you're my type and I can see something with you, I might be like, yeah, let's do this, because we've been friends. And as friends, you go close to people too. Sometimes we tell friends a lot of our business. We know a lot of stuff about each other, right? And to now take it to the next level, if I'm like, you are attractive and I do like the way you move and I know how you did it, and we're both saying it could happen. So, but again, I don't think it's wrong for me to say, I do like you. And if you're offering it to me, like, all right, let's do this. This could work, right? We're good friends, and friends can be very intimate, right? Friends can share a lot. So I just don't like her using that barometer because you want to do this, that you're, that you're not really a wolf. You're a wolf and you're not my friend. No, I think anybody who's holding you down is your friend. If the person, are there people probably that could wait forever? Absolutely. If they're waiting patiently, what's the problem? If you're never going to give it to them, what's the problem? Right? If they're being a great friend, even if they're waiting and they never get it, they're just a great friend, right? So I don't see why you do this. It doesn't really prove anything except for we're bringing a game into this that is making a mockery of this friendship. To me, I'm not going to be like, well, let's do you want to have sex? Ooh, I got you. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. But hey, to each his own. They might hope it work out for her. How many friends she ended up with after this? Did it say?
I don't
It didn't say. Okay, I wonder what.
You have the video also. We can go back and look. But I think she ended up cutting most of the guys off.
Right. Lucky, good for them. We got rid of that problem. She was the problem. And what does she mean for her? What does she mean? She just meant like they weren't interested in her. They weren't interested in her sexually. Is that what she meant for her?
I don't understand what you're asking.
Like, what does she mean? Like, she said she wanted to find out if these people were wolves. So
they're really her friend, because she feels like if they're really her friend, they wouldn't have a sexual desire for her.
Right. So is she really their friend then if she says, I want to have sex with you? Because that would go against what she said. So maybe what she's doing is ending a friendship for the guy. Maybe he's like, yo, she want to have sex? I'll do it because she ain't really my friend anyway. Because my friend wouldn't ask me to have sex with him.
I don't know.
I'm just saying. The exact same scenario she's using her barometer to say, hey, I'm going to ask this guy if he wants to have sex. If he wants to have sex with me, that means he's really not my friend. What if the guy was like, well, if she was my friend, she wouldn't ask me to have sex with her.
Okay.
Right. So now I'm gonna have sex with her because she ain't really a friend anyway. So I'm gonna have sex with her to get out the game.
They're not having sex. They're not having sex. The answer means she's either cutting him off.
No, you're not. I'm saying my response could be because since if her barometer is true, if he said the same thing, you know what? We're friends. If she's asking me to have sex, that means she's not really my friend. So you know what? I might do it because we're not gonna be friends anyway. Or I might say no and then cut her off because she broke the line of sex by asking me. Even if she came back and said, "Oh no, I was just trying to see if you're real or not."
Either way, you weren't on the same page, so there's nothing lost there. Either way,
there's loss. You weren't
as compatible as friends either way.
No, she's not compatible as a friend because she's the one playing the game. But that's what I mean. Okay. So she has the problem. Nobody else has the problem but her.
No, darling.
Playing this game.
Not that her problem is being afraid that she's being played by men.
So she plays a game?
That's the problem.
So she plays a game?
She does whatever she feels like she has to. She does whatever she feels like she has to feel like she can understand who's around her and what it is that they want from her.
That's ill. Again, that's cool. She can do it, but it's still illogical. You playing a game to find out who's real for you. How can you find who's real for you by playing the game? The premise is
Mr. Braswell, you have made this point 4 times now. And I have already said to you, I am not disagreeing with you. You keep coming back to the same point.
You do disagree.
Woman, she's wrong.
You do disagree because you say but.
I'm not disagreeing.
You say but. Okay, so we all agree.
That in addition, so maybe not but, in addition. Does that make it better?
So
I've already heard the point, and I've already said to you, under the post, I said, don't play the game.
Right.
I'm in agreement. So, you don't play games.
Got you. So she's wrong.
My point is.
Here we go. Here's the but.
I didn't say but. I said my point is. In addition,
but
women do feel like we have to find a different way to protect ourselves because the way that sex is valued in us is different. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say better, worse, more, less.
Cool.
I'm saying it's different. So I understand where a woman would go to an extreme to try to find out who around her is really around her because they like her.
Can't you protect yourself by just not giving sex to somebody? Isn't
Absolutely.
that the easy way to do it? So
100%.
I don't think you have to play a game, have to ask anybody. If you're not giving it, then it's protected. I mean, that's really the easiest way. Like, if you don't give it up and ain't nobody asking for it, I don't see the problem. Like, it's like we're making a problem where there's no problem. You know what I mean? That's what I feel. But I just say, hey, look, if you don't want to have sex, don't have sex. You don't have to. I won't prove.
100%.
Hey, I protect my sex. I'd be like, no. Leanne, stop being quiet.
How
You
many
protect your
women
sex over there?
how many women have tried to take it from you?
Oh, many. I've been called gay on many occasions because I didn't do something.
No, I said how many women? How many
I just
women
told you.
have tried to take?
I just told you again. Many women have called me gay because I didn't want to do it, and they wanted to, and they were trying, and I said no.
No, there's come on.
Tell me the difference.
You know what she's saying.
Tell me the difference. I just told you, trying to take it. No, you know what I'm saying? You must know women. Women are aggressive. Right? Women are aggressive. You maybe not your women, but they try to grab, they try to persuade, they try to kiss, all the things when you said no a million times.
But at the end of the day, can they overpower you and take what they want?
No. Most not, unless they had a gun or something. Most likely not.
Well, it's not the same in reverse.
Wait a minute, but this is different. But now we're having a different conversation. But no, we're having to say. First of all, if we're just talking about the asking stage, there's no overpowering in the stage where I say, or she says, or I asked her, does she want to have sex with me? And then I say, she says yes or no. We're talking about just the asking stage. We're not talking about the whole time. We haven't been talking about like we're in the bed together naked. She just asked them, would they? And they said whatever they said. So the same thing in that situation, I've had women ask or try to persuade.
She said take from you.
Oh, so we're changing the conversation then. So now we're talking about something different.
We're talking about women having to be in a position where they have to be more aware of someone's advances, someone's intentions, which leads women to go to extremes to try to protect themselves from who's around them.
Wait,
that's my point.
But if you're protecting yourself, then where are you at where these things are happening? Because if you're not in a place where, you could put yourself in, well, I guess it could happen in a car anywhere, but I would think, you kind of watch where you're at, right? That's how you protect yourself, kind of. You don't put yourself in certain positions, predicaments. But I agree, women do have more to deal with.
Who you can be safe around. Women.
Very interesting. I hear you.
Women just have to figure out where they have to be safe. That's all. I understand trying to figure out where you're safe. But
yeah, I hear you. But that's just weird. In this case, I feel like she was safe until she was safe the whole time. She wasn't unsafe. But yeah, I get it. Very interesting.
You just like pull up at the club, or?
Yeah, I was in the club real fast, getting it popping. Sometimes you got to pop it. Very interesting. You got anything else, Leanne?
Nope.
I got to see that video. I want to see what she.
I sent you.
What the
It's in our group chat.
But like, what's the conclusion? All right, I'm gonna check it out. I wonder what's the conclusion of it. Just to see. Very interesting. But it's a very interesting debate.
And I'll take one step further. If you go to the post if you go to Instagram and see the original post,
okay,
he actually responded to my response. So if you wanted to go to her directly, you could.
I'm just gonna give her a link to the video so she can say, hey y'all, and maybe she'll chime in. Maybe we can invite her next week. Like, yeah, I'm like, oh, I would like to see did anybody say, did any friends, does she have any friends left? And did the relationship change at all by her, posing that question? Did it change at all to find out that, do they look at her differently now? Even if I said no and I found out, well, I was just testing you anyway. Does that change your relationship? Would you feel that would change the relationship at all? Once you found out what the genesis of the question was? Because I think I would be upset, I think.
Yeah, I would definitely feel some type of way.
Right.
Because for a few reasons. One, because basically you're saying you don't trust me.
Right. Exactly.
And two, you're asking me stuff like that doesn't matter. Like, why are we here?
Right. Like you're bringing extra drama into a relationship that doesn't need to be there.
Exactly.
That's interesting. I would want to know what happened afterwards. How do people feel about finding? Cause I feel like you're playing in my face. Like, if we're friends, why are you playing in my face if we're friends? Because there's two sides to everything. Her, what she may have intended it to be, and what I felt about it still could be very different. You know what I mean? Even if it was innocent in nature, I would just feel like, wow, why would you? I thought we were better than that. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Like you wouldn't have to go to those lengths. I thought you knew who I was, but I guess I don't. Very interesting. Yeah, if you could, I definitely would like to check the post out, and maybe we can try to reach out to her so maybe she can tell us a little bit more about her train of thought and things of that nature. Because sometimes it's difficult to get it from something that's not can answer the question, the nuance of it. You know what I mean? That'd be dope. You said it's on your Instagram, D?
No, it's not on my Instagram. It is in our group messenger. Is a link to it, and if you go to that link, you'll see the original message and my response under it.
But is that where she responded to you at?
She responded under the original message that I saw. Yes. That
you said. Okay. Gotcha. Totally understand. So I'm definitely check that out. Got you. Okay. Got you. Definitely gonna check that out because it's very interesting. I wonder how many friends she have left, but I mean that's good. But we'll check it out. Anything else, Leanne? You gonna wrap it up? What you want to do? I don't know what's funny about that, Leanne.
It's 10 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, it is late.
This is the second time you've asked me that question.
I know, because you didn't say nothing the first time. Usually
I did say something the first time. I said, no, I have nothing. And you went on another tangent to try to prove your point. And you know what? I let you. And you know what?
I asked a different question.
Props because ordinarily I would have cut you off.
You couldn't cut me off because there was another question asked about how you feel.
I let you cook.
Because I'm the only one cooking over here. That's why I cook with grease. Now this is a very, very good discussion. I really want to I definitely wanted to see more about it. And next week we're gonna talk about it's okay to play games in your relationships. Do you test your partner?
Why though? When we've already discovered that there should not be.
For joining us tonight. I appreciate you all. Make sure you hit us up on Facebook.
Leanne, the voice of wisdom.
YouTube,
Hey,
our Instagram, and
where,
our TikTok.
where's Vaughn when I meet him?
And we
Where's
will not
Vaughn when I
be
meet
talking
him?
about
That
playing
you
games.
make sure that you
I'm gonna have
subscribe,
Vaughn. I'm gonna have
like,
Vaughn on here next week.
comment, and
Like
let us know
and
what you
comment.
think.
Rage bait.
Until next time, y'all be blessed.
Hey,
Bye.